So, welcome back. If you've been with us earlier on, you'll have seen quite a bit of action going on in the pre-finals here at Muscat Speedway. This is round 6 of the UAE Rotax Max Challenge, flyaway round for us here in the centre of Muscat with a great deal of support this weekend. So getting treated to some action now, the busiest category on the day, DD2, premier category, the Rotax Max genre of engines, twin speed paddle shifters, 34 horsepower, and Kyle Kumaran has been the man on form today, narrowly beaten into second place yesterday by Jacob Robinson, birthday boy that he is today, and Jacob chasing Kyle round today. In second at the moment, Hugo is in third. We heard from him favouring his teammates in the Micromax category. And here we are. Kyle with a good start. Jacob doing well to keep the chasing back behind him at the beginning. Waiting for the live timing to reappear on the screen in front of me as we watch Kyle Kumaran driving around the final corner of the lap with Jacob Robinson in hot pursuit. 4 laps completed. 4 laps complete then from our race leader and everyone then beyond him. Jacob Robinson, Hugo. Still got Tony hot on his heels. Marcus Marker and Hussein with Ali 5th and 6th, and Lucas up to 7th, Maurizio 8th, Gianluca 9th, Dario 10th, and Greg down in 11th. We didn't actually get Dan Jones back on track, and sadly we lost Salim Abdelatif with a bit of an injury in the pre-final, not taking to the grid this time. But Carl Kumaran looking very, very good. Jacob Robinson setting his personal best lap on lap number 5, but not as quick as the race leader. The gap sitting at 1 second now. Race leaders head up the hill. Great section of the Muscat Speedway track here, and then hard on the brakes. Four-wheel braking on these DD2 cars as they head into the tight twisty technical hairpin section. And away down the back straight. Well, we remind you, especially if you're just joining us, we've got all of the cars on track right now are built to the same specification, but there's two distinct classes. While all of them are racing for an overall DD2 championship, there is one separate category for Masters drivers, and those are drivers over the age of 32. And the way to distinguish between them is that the Masters drivers have race numbers over 500. So we see our leading Masters driver is actually 4th overall, despite being a little bit older than his contemporaries in front of him. And Tony Hogg, 4th place, and he's even in front of a couple of the regular younger drivers. So impressing here this weekend. Had a good day yesterday, continuing that today, and we're coming up towards half distance in the final of DD2. So it's a second between our top two, then a further second back to Hugo in 3rd, behind Jacob Robinson, and Tony Hogg keeping Hugo on his toes. And just behind Tony, there's Marcus. Just behind Marcus is Hussein, another Masters driver. Lucas also tucked up behind him. So 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th, very, very close together, and only a second behind 2nd place. Well, Carl Kumaran absolutely rocking. 42.14 is the fastest lap of the race. That's his last lap, and too hot to handle for anybody else anyway at this stage of the race. The gap has increased to over a second now, and there we go. They come streaming through. A little bit of a gap there. Back to Maurizio, Gianluca and Dario, 3 drivers whose colour schemes look very, very similar. They're part of the same race outfit, the Blueberry Racing Team, and they're all fighting each other. Maurizio in 8th, Gianluca 9th, Dario 10th, for bragging rights within the team. They're a little bit off of the teams in front, maybe 5 seconds back from that fight for 3rd position. So that gap increasing again. And after a very successful performance from Jacob Robinson yesterday with, I think, maximum points, keeping Kyle Kumaran behind him, it's role reversal today, and Kyle has been setting the pace just. It's been very, very close, and right now leading by 1.5 seconds. So we're over half distance now. Lap number 10 complete. So we've got 1.7 seconds. Again, that gap increases. Kyle really, really consistent, very, very fast, and just able to squeeze away just by a fraction of a second every lap consistently as he gets double figures in the lap. So as we said, over half race distance. Jacob Robinson won't be too disappointed. He's still hanging around or thereabouts, but he does have to have one eye on the very rapid Hugo Gidd, who's in 3rd place. The gap between those two is just under a second. So Kyle goes through. There's Jacob, there's Hugo, and Tony's just dropped off by 1.2 seconds from Hugo, and he's got Marcus, Hussein, and also Lucas bearing down on him. So Tony, Marcus, Hussein, and Lucas locked in battle there for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And we've still got the Blueberry Racing team drivers in 8th, 9th and 10th ahead of Greg Watt in 11th. change in the positions. Only an extension of the lead, and also with a slightly quicker lap than Hugo. Jacob just reinforces his second place. So you see Kyle already out of shot, then Jacob, Hugo, then Tony, Marcus, Hussein and Lucas all together, and then finally Maurizio, Dario and Gianluca is the last active fight going on, with Greg Watt just out of picture at the moment. Well, Hussein Umid Ali looking like he might fancy a sniff at Marcus Marker. He's got Tony Hogg, who he's racing against in the Masters. 2 drivers ahead. He's within touching distance, but Marcus in between. And at the moment, Tony keeping both Marcus and Hussein, as well as Lucas behind him. 14 laps complete now. The gap at the lead for the leader up to 2 seconds, and we've got less than 4 laps to go. Here comes Kyle Kumaran out of the hairpin. Jacob and Hugo following suit, but a decent number of kart lengths between them. And then we see what's shaping up to be a fight to the flag. Tony, Marcus, Hussein and Lucas. Only 3 to go then. These laps going by very, very quickly indeed. Just over 40 seconds to get round this kilometre. And Dario has got past Gianluca for 9th place. So Maurizio now next on Dario's agenda, if he can keep Gianluca behind him. There comes Greg, coming around to complete the same 15th lap. And hopefully he'll be able to get the full race distance in. But Kyle has been absolutely rapid and very consistent. It's another fastest lap of the race, with 2 laps to go. So the last lap board will come out for Kyle next time round. So can Hussein do anything about Marcus? We're about to see Tony, Marcus, Hussein, Lucas, all 4 together, but just not able to, or maybe a little bit nervous to do it for fear of not finishing. It would be a shame, having completed this much of the race. There's still a decent number of points on offer, and the last lap board is out. It looks like Gianluca has moved back ahead of Dario somewhere around the lap, so they're having a good old fight for 8th, 9th and 10th. And Greg Watt, we could just see him heading towards the final corner for the penultimate time. He will complete full race distance, barring any technical dramas. Well, it hasn't been as fast and frantic as we've seen from DD2 yet, but Marcus Marker lining up Tony Hogg here for a move at the last lap. The checker flag already out for Kyle Kumaran. Jacob Robinson takes 2nd place, and Hugo ecstatic with 3rd. Well, who's going to be 4th? Marcus pushing Tony all the way to the line, but Tony secures 4th place by just 0.05 of a second by the looks of things. Hussein and Lucas crossing the line 6th and 7th just behind them, and then a bit of a gap. It's Gianluca that holds out over Dario, and both of them cross the line just behind Maurizio. Greg Watt will be the last of the drivers to cross the line. Well done to him as well, completing full race distance. Mini-Max will follow this one in just a few minutes. And then the last track action of the day, we'll see how Bambino. 3rd place today, Hugo Guide. in second position. Our winner from yesterday, but the best he could do today was second. Jacob Robinson, also his 18th birthday today, I understand. Congratulations to Jacob, many happy returns. And then our race winner, well, he looked disappointed to finish second yesterday, but he's turned the tables today. Our race winner, Kyle Kumaran, a dominant display on the national circuit, and up he goes to collect his first place trophy. Congratulations to the three of them. Again, faultless drives this weekend. Very little niggles and some deserving trophy winners. You guys will stay up there. We will now invite our returning trophy winners to join them on the podium, please. Remember the rules. Little pretty